One of the worst kept secrets in the drone world is the release of the DJI Air 2S, which is the successor to the DJI Mavic Air 2. Now, this drone is going to be launched at 0900 EST on the 15th of April, so 2 days time from now, or 1400 local time if you are in the UK. Now, on this video, I would like to credit two people from the beginning. So I firstly want to credit Henrik Olsen from Tech Drone Media. He has done some absolutely pioneering work in announcing the launch of this drone and a lot of features that it's expected to have, and also the channel Caught by Lens for the unboxing that I'm going to show in this video. So please go give those channels some support. The Air 2S is due to be launched in a couple of days time, and I want to just look at some of the main details and main differences. This is not absolutely an exhausted list, just some of the main ones that I've picked up. So what I want to do is get into that now and then hear your thoughts at the end as to whether you think you're going to be buying it and whether it's a worthwhile upgrade from the DJI Mavic Air 2. So let's get into it. So firstly, we're going to look at some of the specifications then and just knuckle down to some of the main details that I have noticed in the specification. So first of all, the Mavic Air 2S is going to be slightly heavier, and I'm assuming a lot of that is going to be due to the much bigger sensor and some other electronics it's going to have as well. So we're going to be getting the ADS-B transmission technology as well, which is a huge bonus, especially as most of the drones that have been sold in America, the Mavic Air 2, have had this already, and now it looks like it's coming to every single model of the Air 2S. Now, I can only see that as a huge positive, and that's going to be an absolutely fantastic safety feature. So the DJI Air 2 has 34 minutes worth of flight time, whereas the new one, the Air 2S, has only got 31. Now, are you going to notice 3 minutes difference? Well, yeah, possibly. You know, an additional 3 minutes if you are out there, or if you've maybe overstretched your mark a little bit and you're struggling to get back. That three minutes flight time might make a little bit of a difference, but this is what we've got to play with. One thing I've noticed is the operating range has changed in terms of temperature. So the Mavic Air 2 was able to be flown, according to DJI, down to -10, whereas that has now changed for the Air 2S, and that is now set at a limit of 0 degrees. So if you are flying in those cold conditions, just watch out for that. Another huge change is the increased resolution on the Air 2S. Now, up from 4K 60 frames per second. Now, that's going to please a lot of people, and loads of people are going to be like, oh wow, this is amazing. The trouble is, hardly anybody is going to really see that full effect, and that's straight up. Most, you know, a lot of people, especially if you're watching it on a small phone or a tablet or a PC screen, you know, you're not even going to get a full appreciation from 4K over the 2.7K on the DJI Mavic Mini. So whilst 5K is absolutely exceptional, and I'm sure there are some people that will have the technology to utilize it, for the average customer, if you're going to be buying this drone, you may as well film in 4K, because you're not going to see that additional detail unless you have a much larger screen or a 5K compatible machine. One huge benefit if you are buying this drone in the United States, and that is where you live, is you have got your transmission broadcasting power increase from the controller up to 30 from 26, and that covers both 2.4 gigahertz channels and 5.8. Sadly, I am in Europe and we covered under the CE certification, and sadly we have got no change to the broadcasting power over the DJI Mavic Air 2. And then, of course, you know, the big, huge benefit, and possibly the reason for the name and the launching it of the One, is that possibly a reference to the 1-inch sensor, which is on this drone? If it is, that's going to massively be a huge rival and possibly going to provide one of the best camera qualities of any consumer drone on the market at the moment. Okay, that 1-inch sensor is going to be so much better when we're coming to low light conditions. Now, I have flown the Mavic Air 2, and I can tell you that sensor makes a huge difference in low light conditions, especially when I compare that to the DJI Mavic Mini or the Mini 2. You can really see just how much more light I have got to work with on the DJI Mavic Air 2 as opposed to the other two drones. and that's obviously got a much smaller sensor than what the new Air 2S has, so that is hugely going to be one benefit that nobody can deny. So yes, of course, we are expecting this drone to have OcuSync 3.0, but I think that's more down to a latency thing, possibly when using the DJI goggles rather than anything else. Of course, we are possibly looking at active track improvements as well. Will we finally get some sort of waypoints? That would be really interesting. Of course, we do have the top sensors as well. Are they possibly going to increase the obstacle avoidance when banking, as again my friend at Tedro Media has speculated? So we do have quite a few questions, but of course, as I've mentioned, this is not an exhaustive list. I've just picked up on a few key points. Of course, we could mention the native 20 megapixel camera, sort of enhanced 12 megapixel camera, up to 48 megapixel that we got on the DJI Mavic Air 2. So yeah, you know, there are some benefits, but is it just going to be enough for you guys to upgrade? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts, and if it's something that you would like me to test on the channel. I haven't decided whether this is something I will test yet or even purchase, and the reason for that is because for me the differences between the two are quite minimal. Between the Mavic Air 2 and the Air 2S. I don't know if at this stage there is enough for me to buy it, and certainly because the differences are that minimal, should I buy the Air 2S, I would probably not look to do any head-to-head videos like I did with the Mavic Mini against the Mini 2, simply because I don't really see how much I'd really gain from testing that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with that unboxing video so you can take a look for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know if it's something that you're interested in buying. If you are interested in buying it, I will leave a link that should take you to the DJI site in the comment section below. So you should be able to buy it first from DJI directly. And like I say, if I do put any affiliate links in the videos, please do consider clicking them before you buy a product. It really does help the channel out, and it costs nothing more for you. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little snippet. I'm not really going to cover this too much any further actually, unless I decide to buy the drone. But let me know what you think on that in the section below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon.